Alright, so in our last video we talked about adding and subtracting polynomials. In this video we're going to, or in these lessons, we're going to talk about multiplying and then the beginning steps of factoring. So, starting with our multiplying polynomials. So the first one we're going to do is multiplying a monomial with a polynomial, and basically all this is the distributive property. So I'm going to take and distribute this x cubed through my parentheses. Now, keeping in mind I need to continue using my exponent rules from the previous chapter. So I'm going to take negative 1 times 9, which is going to be negative 9. Then when I take x cubed times x fourth to the fourth, I'm going to add those exponents. So this actually becomes x to the 7th. And then I'm going to multiply negative 1 times negative 2 becomes a positive 2. And then x cubed times x cubed, I'm going to add those exponents, becomes x to the 6th. And then negative 1 times negative 7 is a positive 7. This one doesn't have an x, so you could think of that as like x to the 0 power. That just means that we now put x cubed with our 7, and that is our answer. And that's how we multiply a monomial. In this case, it's a monomial with a trinomial. So, next problem. We're doing the same thing. I'm going to take this 5 in. I'm going to take it times 3n cubed. So 5 times 3 is 15. And then n to the first power times n to the third power would be n to the fourth power. Then I'm going to take this 5n times a negative n squared, which would make this a negative. 5 times 1 is 5. N to the first times n to the second is n cubed. And then 5n times 8. I'm going to take 5 times 8. I'm going to get 40, so plus 40. And then we just put the n, because there's no exponent to add to it on that one. And that's how we multiply monomials with polynomials. And it is that simple. We're just distributing, nothing new. Again, just a reminder, you cannot combine these terms because an n to the fourth is different than an n to the third. And even though they're all n's, they also have to have the same exponent in order to combine. So that is it for this video. In the next one, we will talk about factoring.